Okay, in this video, we are going to continue talking about the 3-4-5 rule. In the previous video, we demonstrated, we figured out, we learned where the 3-4-5 rule came from, how it's related to the Pythagorean theorem, and then we laid one out using feet as our unit. But what's interesting about the 3-4-5 rule is you can use any unit you want and also any multiplier you want. So what do I mean by that? In our previous example, we used feet. We did 3 feet across the bottom leg and 4 feet up the other leg of our triangle. But we could have just as easily used inches. We could have laid out a little tiny triangle in the corner and done 3 inches this way, 4 inches this way, and wiggled the strings until we get the diagonal or the hypotenuse to be 5 inches. Now, for accuracy reasons, you want to lay out as big of a triangle as you can. The bigger the legs are on your triangle, the more accuracy you're going to get on your 90-degree corner. So if you're going to be laying out a larger foundation, you may want to use, I don't know, if you happen to have a metric tape measure, you could do 3 meters each way. All right, 3 meters across, 4 meters up, and 5 meters in the diagonal. Now, we don't typically use metric tape measures, but you can also do multipliers. So what do I mean by that? Let's jump back over to this Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to put our values back in here. We have 3, 4, and we have a 5. So this is the traditional 3-4-5 rule. But let's say we're looking at our layout and we realize, oh wait, we can do 30 feet maybe. Maybe we're laying out something big, like a big foundation. So what happens? Can we just multiply the whole 3-4-5 rule by 10? So let's do 30 and 40. And look at that. The 5 is also multiplied. So we could take our 3-4-5 rule and scale it by multiplying all the 3, the 4, and the 5 by a number. And we can use that number to create a larger triangle, whatever triangle we need to fit our situation. Let's carry this further. Let's say we're looking at something, maybe we can use 300 inches. Right? So we can do 300, 400, and look at that. 500 inches is the diagonal. So as long as you multiply everything consistently in the 3-4-5 rule and you use the same units, it'll work out. You'll still end up with that 90-degree corner. So let's put that into practice. Let's try that out. All right, so here we've got a field with a bit of a bigger set of strings on it. Now, we've been asked by our boss, by our foreman to come in here and wiggle these strings around and get them to be 90 degrees. We want a nice perpendicular corner. Maybe we're laying out a fence line. Maybe this is the edge of a foundation or something. So we've got ourselves a field. We've got strings already laid out on this field, and we've got some tape measures. Now we could just do 3 feet down here. Well, let me pull out a tape. Let's drag this out this way. We could do 3 feet, but 3 feet is like way over here, right? 3 feet's right there. Let's drag one out so we can see that. Now let's zoom back out. And we can see we got a lot more leg to work with. So we could double everything. We could do everything by 6 feet. So if we zoomed in, where would 6 feet be? 6 feet is right here. There's 6 feet. So we could pull the tape off at 6 feet right there. But that's still, we could do better. We could get more accurate by using a longer leg. So let me delete these two. What I'm actually going to do is this leg is longer on this side. So this is our 4 leg going up and down here. So let's see what we can see. Let's just measure what we have to work with and get an idea as to how we want to scale that. So let's zoom in here. All right. So what do we got? Let me turn off that tape measure so we don't get that preview. Zoom in. All right, we got 12 feet. Wait, we're doing by 4. So that could be a multiplier by 3. 12 feet's there. We could do a little better than that. What else do we got? Can we do 4? Let's do 40 inches is definitely not enough. 400 inches? That's way too many. But we got 200 inches right here. So there's a multiplier. Let's multiply the 3-4-5 rule for this example by 50. So what that'll mean is we essentially multiply by 100 and then divide it by a half. So the 4 rule, we'll multiply that by 100. So that's 400, and then we'll divide it in half. And that is going to be 200. So that puts us right around here. That's great. We're really close to the batter board at that point. So that means down here on the 300 edge, we got to multiply by 100, 300, then divide by half. That's our multiplier by 50. So that's 150. So let's zoom in down here and find 150. And let's add a tape measure at 150 right there. All right, let's see how we're looking. Okay, that's using a lot of that leg. Good, good, good. So that means our hypotenuse needs to be, let's see, it's going to be 5 times 100. So that's 500 divided in half, which is 250. So that means we need to cross at 250 inches. So let's see where we are. Well, we can kind of look around and see right now just from that call out right there. But all right, what do we got? So we need these two tape measures to cross at 200, so right here, and 250, so right here. Actually, those are looking pretty dang close. So let's go ahead and slide this string over. So we're going to start wiggling our strings to get this to work. So let me grab the string tool. I'm going to come in here, and we're going to grab this string, and we're going to bring it over until this is at 250. So 250 is right there. Let me grab this string tool, drag it over. Okay, so let's see, where are we at? I'm going to bring this over here a little bit. What are we looking at? Okay, so take off that tape measure tool. Oh no, we can look at this. So we need this little point right here, the 250, to line up with this point right here. And actually, that might. Let's grab our tape measure. We might not need to move our string. Let's just see. So let's bring our tape measure down and closer. And let's move this measurement out of the way. All right, so what do we got? So let's see, 250. We need to cross at 200. Oh, they're really close, but not perfect. So what I'm seeing is, all right, so it looks like, let me take off this tape measure. Let's go to the string tool. So it looks like here, this is the 200 line on the up and down tape measure, and this is the 250 line. Is that right? No, this is the 200 line right there. So let's zoom out a little bit. Let's grab our tape here, and let's bring this. So there's our 200 line right there, and there's our 250 line. So right, oh, we are so close. See that? If we take our, we pan right here, you can see where we are. This is the 250 line. This is the 200 line. So we need to slide our string over just a fuzz, just the slightest little bit. So let's grab our string tool and grab this, bring that in. Let's look at it now. How we doing? All right, let me grab the tape measure tool. And there's that 200. Yeah, there, I think we got it. Great. So there we go. So we wiggled the tapes around, and let's go ahead and delete our tape measures and talk about what we did. So let's delete that tape measure, that tape measure. All right, so now let's look at our triangle. Looks nice. So what we did was we used the 3-4-5 rule. We figured out our longest leg span, and we picked a multiplier for our 3-4-5 rule for the number 4, which turned out to be 50 for us for this particular example. So that meant this side of our triangle is 200 inches long. This side of our triangle was 150 inches long, because that's 3 times 50. And the diagonal of this triangle was 250, which is 5 times 50 inches long. And with that, we know we have laid out a nice perpendicular corner layout string right there.